Sell Your Car UK is back and delighted to offer for sale this gorgeous little VW Polo 1.4 S match. It's a 2002 on an 02 plate. It's had two owners from new, although the one owner is the father and the other owner is the daughter, and the daughter has driven it the entirety of its history. It's only done 41,000 miles, that or thereabouts. It's in lovely condition. There are marks on the car, which we'll come to. I'll take you around it. The interior is lovely and it drives absolutely perfectly. It was serviced only 6 weeks ago and about 700 or 800 miles ago, and so it comes with that service being done. There are no warning lights. It's got good tyres, good brakes. It would make a perfect first car, especially as it has got some marks on it. Let's get up close and personal with this VW. First of all, there's not many stone chips on the bonnet, which is nice to see, but what there are marks on the bumpers, and we'll come to it. We can even see here there's a little crack in the number plate there, and as we come around the side here, we've got a nasty little scratch there. Now, you probably didn't notice that before, and you wouldn't when you stand back from the car, but it is there, and I don't want to waste anyone's time to come and see this car. You know exactly what you're going to get. It looks like it's been spray painted to be repaired. Now, I've had a quote to have these bumpers sorted because the rear one's probably a bit worse than the front, to be honest with you, and you're looking at about £300 if you wanted to get them repaired. But as I said, it's a perfect first car, and then you don't have to worry about putting any little marks on it if you're getting out of a parking space. You can see here on the driver's side there's a rather big scratch down it here, but again, if we come back you can still see it, but that gives you an idea of its true scale. Now, as we come down the driver's side of the car, there's a couple of tiny, they're very hard to see, little marks here. In fact, you can probably see that one just there showing up on the camera. Check out facebook.com/sellyourcaruk.tv and you'll be able to see lots of pictures of this car up close and personal. The wheel trims need replacing. They're all a bit scratched and scuffed, but as I said, if you are new to driving, or indeed if you're going to be driving around town, well, that's how these got like this in the first place. You can see there's a little dent here on the rear wing. Looks like they might have bumped into something, and it's had a repair a long time ago, but that's all faded now, and you can see this dent here if we move around it. Again, if you wanted to have that sorted out, you'd be looking at probably about £75 to have that repaired and looking lovely, but the owner of this car hasn't, and if you didn't want to, it's not really that severe. It's certainly not going to cause any issues driving. Here we are at the rear bumper, and this one has got some marks on it. We'll just go around it. You can see here by the number plate as well. I'm being really picky with this car because I don't want to waste anyone's time. It has got some marks on it, and that is reflected in the price. If you're looking for a VW Polo with 40,000 miles on the clock, or 41,000 miles on the clock, for this kind of money in mint condition, well, you just won't find an honest one. We come round now here on the side, on the door, on the passenger side. We just have a look here on the wheel arch, sorry. There's a little tiny scratch. I hope you can see this. I'm being very picky now, but I want you to see everything. There you go. You can see that showing up in the camera there. It's very light. If I come back from the car, at some angles I don't even see it myself with the naked eye. But other angles I do very lightly, so I wanted to show you that. And if we come down the door here, we can see there's a couple of little dimple dents. You'll see the light bending around these little dents here in the door, where somebody's, oh, you can see that just shimmying. Hello, you can also see me. Hello. But yes, this is just where somebody's obviously opened their car door into this one. It's happened a few times. It's very light. I'm being very picky, but I want to show you everything. Again, we'll have a look at this wheel trim down here. Again, it's all battered and scuffed. You can pick up some cheap ones from Halfords, but if you wanted to get some VW ones, they'll charge you a little bit more for those ones. So the exterior of the car, as I say, has got some marks on it, but it's lovely, it really is. The headlight over here as well, it's a little bit fogged up. Could do with a good clean on the inside, which is impossible to do. So you might want to replace that headlight if you're really fussy. But if you are really fussy, then this car with only 40,000 miles, you can get to do, you know, another 100,000 miles in this easily if you look after it. And if you wanted to clean up the car as you went along whilst you owned it, well, that wouldn't be a bad thing to do at all. Or I'll just show you on the door handle here, because again it shows up in the light. We've got a little bit of a scuff there and some little scratches there. Obviously they've held their keys in their hands while they're opening their car door. But if we look inside, it really is lovely. There's a tear in the mat down here. They're genuine VW mats, and this is a typical thing. It was a lady driver, maybe she's wearing heels, and that will go through the mat. If you wanted to replace them, you could do. If we have a look at the seat, or if the light will adjust, there we go. If we have a look at the seat, we can see again there's a tiny bit of wear. The car has done 40,000 miles. Then we've also got a little tiny mark there on the seats. I'm being very picky, but as I said, I don't want to waste your time. If we have a look at the gear stick, there's a bit of wear as well around the gate. Here you can see that. Around the steering wheel though, it's absolutely lovely. Very clean, very shiny, but not shiny because it's been worn away. We can see there's a little bit of wear up the top here. I'm being really picky, aren't I? We can see the mileage is here, genuine mileage. It's been verified by the National Mileage Register, and you can check it out yourself going back to the old MOTs, and you can see that that's 40,855 miles. So just under 41,000. Now it's also got, if we look over here, electric windows, central locking, and electric mirrors as well, all very stylish. But there is a little bit of wear as well. What was I going to show you? Here we go, you can see it just there. There's a little bit of scratching and scraping. Obviously sitting in traffic bored, you tend to start picking away at these little bits of plastic and scratching your nails on little bits of plastic. It's a shame. You could replace this trim if you're really fussy, but you won't even notice it. I'm just showing you so you can see absolutely everything. If we come now, you can see, like for example, the wear here on the edge of the steering wheel now. I am being fussy, aren't I? Right, let's go in the back. The back's lovely. You've got 3 by 3 point, not 3 point safety harnesses, sorry, you've got 3 seat belts in the back. We've got a 3 point safety harness here, and in the centre you've got a lap belt. So if you wanted to plug your children in, you'd need it doesn't take Isofix, you need a special seat. Now there was something else I was going to show you. That's right, let's take the key out of my pocket. Right, this is the key. Comes with this key. And here's the fob. So it's remote central locking, it's got an alarm as well, and it's also got an immobiliser. It's also had another immobiliser fitted, but this is no longer needed. And if I pop the key in the ignition and turn the key, you'll see all those warning lights go out. We're just left with the one saying the handbrake is on, which is fine because I'm not going anywhere. And you can see there's no lights in the display there either. As I say, it's just had a service done in October, less than 1,000 miles ago, about 700 miles ago. Have a look here, we've got the stereo system, CD player, and down here we've got air conditioning. There is an air conditioning button. Now you will need to get an electrician to have a look at the air conditioning unit if you want to get the aircon working in the car, because there is a little bit of a problem with it, which I will now demonstrate by turning the engine off. Now everything's fine, but the fan under the bonnet, in fact, why not? Let's show you. There's no point me hiding anything, because when you come to see the car, you'll see it for yourself, which is something a lot of people when they're selling cars forget. So if we have a look in here at this very genuine engine, it's even still comes with a few leaves there for you. But if we have a look here in the engine bay, this fan here, your main radiator fan, is still running after the car has been just turned on for a second. It actually comes on as soon as the battery is engaged. And now I'll just show you some things here, because obviously I've had this car properly looked after and looked over. This is the alarm that's been fitted aftermarket by the current registered keeper. It's annoyingly just over a service access point, is the word, for the air conditioning, which makes working on the air conditioning a little bit tricky. My mechanic was very happy to do it though. And he noticed as well that there may be a little bit of a problem here. The fuse basically, or a relay to the air conditioning is not working. You need an electrician to sort it. I hope I haven't just confused you. The basis of it though is that the car runs absolutely fine. There's no problems with it at all. If you're going to be using it very rarely, so it's kept on your drive or outside your house for a long period of time before you drive it, and then you do a very short journey, and then you leave it parked up for a long time again, and then you do a short journey, it's possible you might drain the battery. by having that fault, so it might be worth checked out. But if you're driving it every day or every week, then you'll have absolutely no problems with it whatsoever. Now we come round the back, because in true Sell Your Car UK style, hello again, you can see me. If we open up the boot, we've got inside some of the docks. Now I say some of the docks, sometimes there's loads of these, sometimes there's none. We're lucky to have one. This is a service that was done, if you can see this, on the 25th of October 2012. The mileage was done up there at 48,084. It's just a local mechanic, but a very reputable one. And he's done a service there, which includes oil filter and air filter and new oil, and as well a diagnostic scan as well, just to check that there's nothing wrong with the car. Now also with this one bill, you've also got the old manual. Now sadly, the daughter who's owned this car in her own name from 2010, and has owned it the whole of its life since 2002 really, she sadly has lost the service history. So you've got this manual with all the instructions, which is some great toilet reading here, but you don't have the service book. I've done some checking. There's only been one service that's been recorded at their local VW garage, and they've sadly lost all of the other bills to show all previous services. So this is the only one we've got. There are some MOTs, in fact no, there's the current MOT, and there are some other bits and bobs as well, old V5s for example, but they're not in the boot to show you because of they've got the address of the owner on them. But nevertheless, this car has, as I said, been verified with the mileage. It's done 40,800 miles, just under 41,000, and that's been verified and confirmed. And you can check out all the old MOTs as well. If you get in touch with us here at Sell Your Car UK, we'll be able to provide you with all the information so you can get that for yourself and prove to yourself that this car is absolutely genuine. It's a beautiful car. It will make somebody a perfect first car or a little town run around. It's absolutely lovely, and it's only available with tax, I should point out, until the end of February next year, and it's also got an MOT until the middle of March 2013 as well, and it is only available through Sell Your Car UK.